To get free access today to BullX Neo, just click the link in the description. It's also in the pinned comments. There's no other way to get access to this advanced bot for trading. When you click on that link, then click on Start Bot and then just click on Login. It will then bring you to this page where you can actually set up extra security. So you can actually set up a 2FA, two-factor authentication. You can actually set up a 6-digit passcode, for example. Once you've done these steps, you'll be brought to this main home page. You still have the same 3 columns. The left, new creations, middle, about to graduate. So you can see here it says migrating. And then the third one, which is graduated. So those have already migrated and they have liquidity pools now. But the big differences are you can see preview charts here on the right hand side, which is very, very useful to have a quick snapshot of what the trend is. Also, you get a lot of the same statistics, but you get a few extra. For example, you still got the top 10 holders, how much the dev is holding, for example, 0% in this, how many are held by insiders as a percentage. And also now you've got snipers. So how many sniped the supply at the beginning? And here the links are the same. For example, pump.fun, Twitter link, X link, and if they have any other socials like Telegram, website, etc. Over the top here, you can filter. So you can filter by pump.fun and moonshot, or you can just do pump.fun, just like that. So you can remove the tick box for moonshot. The advanced tab will come on to in a minute. This is advanced strategies when it comes to auto buying and auto selling, which you don't need to worry about for now, but this is also an extra new feature. You have a settings button here where you can set up your buy and sell settings. Very handy. For example, you can set up your slippage here, buy MEV protection, bribe fee, priority fee. What's really cool, if you come to the bottom right here and you click on Solana live bribe updates, you actually get a snapshot of what's going on right now in terms of trades and the kind of priority fee, bribery fee necessary. This will actually save you fees if you have a quick glance at this. It was almost like back when you're trading Ethereum, having a look at what the current gas fees are to give you a better idea. For each of these, you can add filters. I've discussed that on many of my YouTube videos in terms of how to set that up. For example, if in the graduated ones, you just want to see coins that potentially have bounced over 100,000 market cap, what you can do is you could just add these filters. Literally, we'll just add 101,000. So we don't want anything under that because likely that coin is going to be struggling. So if we click apply there, we'll only see the ones holding above 100,000 and you can see the market caps there. And again, you've got the preview charts there. And then we can look at setting up a trade. But this saves you a lot of time because there's so many coins that launch every day on pump.fun and moonshot to go through. On the left hand side here, you've got search. So you can search for any coin here. You've got chains. So there are also other chains like Blast, Base, Ethereum, Arbitrum, etc. You've got the explore tab. So if we click on that, we can find out what's trending at the moment. Simply click on the trending tab. Now, if I click on a different time frame, for example, 5 minute or 1 hour, I can see what's breaking out at the moment in terms of 5 minute time frame. Now, note that these include new and older coins. You'll see some very old coins here as well. Now, you can filter more. You can add filters here. For example, Mint Authority, Freeze Enabled, LP Burnt. Those tend to be the common ones you need, and also with at least one social. And then I can click on Apply. And then it's a little bit safer for me because it's very unlikely I'll pick one up that is an obvious scam. I have an option here just to click on New Pair. So if I click on that one, then we're just looking at new pairs, but this is now in a list format rather than where we saw the 3 columns previously. Next on the left hand side, you have Neo Vision, which is the default homepage. We have automation, which you don't need to worry about. And it's more for looking at limit orders, especially when it comes to selling out of your position. When we set up a trade later in the video, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Next, you've got your own portfolio on the left hand side. Then you've got Wallet Manager, multi-chart, where you can add several different charts. Again, we'll talk about that later in the video. And finally, a wallet tracker feature. All of these features, a lot of these are brand new. So we'll go into one of the trading pages first, and then we'll look to set those up. Okay, so let's click on one of these and actually have a look at the coin. So there are a few updates here too. We'll have a look at the chart first. The chart is pretty much the same. It's a trading view chart. So here we've got the time frame, which we can increase, for example, to 1 minute. So we can have a look at the full price range. We've also got candlestick charts, or you can change the type of charts that you like. For example, you could change it to a line chart if you prefer. Next, indicators. For example, I like to add volume and sometimes RSI as well. Next, price or market cap. So you can change how the pricing shows. Usually we would want this as market cap because that's what everybody else is watching, and that's what gives us really good support levels and resistance levels. Next button is bubble maps. So if we click on this one, it'll tell us whether a lot of the wallets, especially the ones that sniped at the beginning, whether they're actually related. So we can see that here. So it's a slightly more advanced bubble map that's available. The bubble size indicates the percentage, and then if there's any links, you'll be able to see them. Next, click on display options and you can see your own trades on the chart, tracked wallets, orders, and dev trades. Now the tracked wallets we'll talk about now because that's another extra feature. So what you can do here is if you scroll down and you can see here where it says trades, you can hover over any wallet here. And what's really cool is it tells you how much they bought and sold, but also their 30-day win rate. So for example, if we click on top traders here and we scroll down and hover over one of these, we can see what they bought, what they've sold, but their 30-day win rate as well. And if we want to, we can get further information on any of these wallets. So for example, if I just click on it, I get a breakdown of their trading activity here, all of their realized P&L, unrealized as well, total revenue, and the total amount that they've actually spent. I can also see here their trade history, their most profitable trades here. Very, very useful. Their active positions, and if they've ever actually deployed a token, you can see that here. Now what I can do here is I can set up an alert so that anytime we see this wallet trading, it basically shows up, and you can actually see this on the chart. So as you can see here, you can see they're buying and selling on this chart because I've just set that up as an alert. And now anytime I notice a new chart, this could potentially appear, these icons. Very, very cool. And also on the left hand side, if you scroll down, you'll get an option here called wallet tracker. If you click on this, you can actually click here on alerts. And now we've got the alerts saved here too. And you can add more and more to this, to the wallet tracker and to the alerts tab. On the right hand side, we've got our basic buy and sell settings. And these are separated by market, which basically means now in simple terms. So if I wanted to buy one Solana right now, it could put the trade through, as long as my slippage settings and other settings are adequate. We've got limit, where I can decide exactly where I want to buy, exactly where I want to sell. This is a great way to add stop losses and take profit targets. And also we can DCA, dollar cost average. And again, I'll show you all of these settings in just a minute. But if we scroll down here, another really important kind of snapshot of the coin you see here. So if you click here where it says snipers, you can see it says 3 out of 70 snipers, and they're holding 2.5%. If you click on this, you can see what happened with the first 70 buyers of this particular coin. You can see that most of them have actually sold all of their position, 49. Some sold part, 17. Only 3 are actually holding from the beginning. This is actually good. You don't want a lot of snipers to be around in the coin later, especially holding larger percentages. You want most of them out of the coin actually. Underneath that, we've got top 10 holders, always useful. Dev holding, to see what's happening with the dev, and if the dev is completely out of the position, that's fine too, and then that could potentially be a CTO, especially if the coin is doing well. And then insider holding, so you almost get this like rat sign here. Underneath that, bot users, and then we've got the CA deployer and the LP creator kind of addresses there too, which you don't need to worry about. Below the chart, we've got the trades, as we always had before, transactions, orders if you have any orders, positions if you have any, history, holders, so the current holders, and this is separated by, again, bot users, insiders holding percentage, top 10 holders, and the total number of holders here of the entire coin. We've got the top traders, so these are the P&Ls, the winning P&Ls, and remember I just showed you that you can actually hover over these and get a quick snapshot of how they've been doing, or if you want further detail, just click on the actual address. And finally, dev tokens, they've set up as a separate, so it's not mixed in with all of the other holders. So you can see very, very clearly what the dev's holding at the moment. As you can see the P&L there as well. Got another button here called instant trade. So here we can instantly buy or sell. So for example, if I want to instantly buy 0.01, if I just click on it, it's going to try and execute the order, and that's gone through now. So I've actually bought this with just a click of a button here and nothing else. And I bought 0.01. So now that I bought, I can show you this dashboard here as well. So we've got buy and sell, same as before, very simple. So remember, market means I can buy right now. So for example, if I want to buy 0.01, I can just click here and it'll buy, simple as that. Now, if I want to look at my settings, I can then click here and have a look at my priority fee, 0.01, which is fine for now, and bribery fee, 0.01, which again is fine. The max slippage we can reduce between 5 and 10% is fine. However, if it's a new launch, fast moving coin, you can increase this to 20 or 30. Or like I said before, scroll down to where it says Solana live bribe updates, and you can see what's the kind of going rate at the moment. Now, if I want to sell out of a coin, click on sell here. I've got my settings there already. I'm just going to reduce this to 5%. It doesn't need to be so high. And the sell MEV protection I've got enabled. Doesn't matter for selling, it's more for buying. Ideally, you want that enabled, but sometimes with faster moving coins, new launches, your transaction might not go through quickly enough. So you might want to disable that for those particular scenarios. I've got my presets at the top, default P2, P3, P4, P5. So you can play with that, name it how you like. And you can set up, for example, a separate preset, like I've shown you in previous YouTube videos, for faster trading, new launches, a separate preset for like longer term coins that are more than 3 months old, like tens of millions of market cap, etc., where you don't need to give away crazy fees. Your transaction is definitely going to go through anyway. Okay, so to get out of the order settings, you just click the back button. And let's say we want to sell all of this position now. So all we do is here, in terms of amount, click on 100%, and then we just click the sell button. And it gives you an idea here, how much you've invested, how much you've sold, what you've got remaining, and your P&L. So you always have a live P&L. Kind of helps with some of these coins that are newer and fast moving as well, so you get a better idea. So now it's sold, and that's completed. And apparently I made a tiny bit of P&L on that. I don't know how much that is, like 12 cents or something. Well, that's how you buy and sell. Now, limit orders. So you click on limit. What we can do here, we've got the scale graph here, right underneath. So you can see how the line's moving. We can decide exactly where we want to sell, for example, or if we're buying as limit, we could decide where we want to buy in. So we can move this down, and let's say we want to buy exactly here. We can set up the line where we like. We can set up the amount, for example, 0.1, 0.5 Solana. Don't do 0.01, it's too low with fees and stuff, doesn't make sense. I'm just doing that for the sake of this example. In fact, even for the sake of this example, I'll put a little bit higher. So we'll put 0.05. You can see there, slippage settings, recommended bribe. It actually tells you. So if I zoom in here, it tells you how much is recommended that you should pay. So you can actually click on here and you can adjust this. So for example, we'll put 0.014 as it's suggested. So now we can confirm that's the market cap we want approximately to buy. That's the percentage is lower than the current price at the moment. And we click on buy here. So now that buy order is up. So if we actually scroll down here, so we can see it there anyway, but if you want to click on orders here, you'll be able to see the buy limit order here and the expiry time, which is default set at 72 hours. Very, very useful. And the same thing we can do for selling as well. So as I've shown before, we can decide exactly where we want to sell if we were in the position. For example, it could be previous highs. So it'd be probably a little bit more than that. So probably about 130%. Where previous highs were is a really good profit taking target. And we could decide on the amount, like 25% or so. But what's really cool with BullX Neo is you can set up multiple sell targets as well. So for example, if you click on DCA here and you wanted to put a sell target, first of all, so let's say a 25% target. So I'm just going to buy some live tokens just so it's easier for us to do the sell target. So on sell, DCA, go down and click on where it says auto sell. Auto sell here, create new strategy. And here what you can do is you can put a strategy. For example, for take profit, it will trigger when the price goes up, say 50%, and we will sell 25% of our position. And then we can even add another one where we take another 25%, where at 100% we take another 25%, just as an example. And then put name, and we can just put standard strategy. We can make one that's a little bit more aggressive, for example, or a little bit more conservative, and you can name them as you like. You click save here. It saved this standard strategy. So I've got that all saved there as my stop loss minus 25% as standard, take profit 50%, 100%, just completely standard. So you don't have to manually do every single time with every single trade. Now, generally, I mean, every coin is different. I don't like doing this in general, but again, if you're newer to trading and you want to sleep on a coin and you want to, especially if it's a newer one and you want to take some profits along the way, this could be a good strategy to use. So I have these presets anyway, and then if I click on select it, that is now active. So on this particular coin, I've got that sell strategy up and running. By the way, if you click here on multi-charts here on the left, you can see that recent positions is automatically added, but you can add new tabs yourself. So you can add any chart you want to. And you have different tabs available. So in this one, let's add a couple of different ones. So let's add peanut as well, for example. And you can now see different charts at the same time, especially if you're in a few positions and either you just want to glance at them quickly to see how they're doing, or you're actively trading in the different positions. Very useful. If you scroll further down, you actually have your own settings in your account settings. Your own settings are mainly related to quick buy preset buttons. Buy presets, sell presets, so you can play around with that and choose what you prefer. So when you're on the home page, this is where a lot of your time is saved, because when you look through here, you'll quickly see coins where the insider percentage is really, really high, like 70% or something like that, or the top 10 holders really high, like 70% or more. So these are very quickly ones that you should avoid. Now, rarely these can still run a little bit, but sometimes the scam carries on into 200,000-300,000 in terms of market cap, and then everything is rubbed. So you have to be very, very careful with this. For example, these ones that sometimes migrate to, these are scams basically. So you have to be very, very careful with that. And there's so many warnings here now that you can't go wrong. So you can see the warnings here on the right hand side in terms of insiders. So it's easier than ever to basically avoid these. And you've got more advanced filters here. So even here, you can put max insider wallet supplies. You could put something like, let's say 25%. And you could put a sniper maximum as well, because this is another risk. So you could put something here like 8, for example, anywhere like 6, 7, 8, something like that. Market cap, we don't want obviously anything under about say 10,000, because likely the coins already died if it's below that. Click apply. Cleans up the list a lot more. If you found something that's really trending at the moment, like I'm just going to pick a random coin here for now, but something that was trending and there's many duplicate coins on that, for example, is some political big news, world news going on at the moment, you can type it in here and click apply. And then it'll actually just filter for any coins with that particular keyword. Very, very useful. Like, especially if you're trading a new narrative like that and you're just like, show me all 3 or 4 coins related to that narrative and let me just pick one. Like, obviously it's coming closer to Christmas now, there'll be a lot of Santa coins, so you can just quickly filter out for those as well. You can see there's none at the moment, and anytime you want to, you can just reset the filters by click the reset button. So to get completely free first access to this tool, don't forget to click the link in the description. I'm going to do some live trading very soon where we play around with some of these features more, especially the buy and sell strategies, to make everything as automated as possible.